Get that money, get that money, get that money.
Like not another thing. Been around the block enough to stop him in his stride. Soft enough to sing.
We're back again with another order packing video. The last video we made, we were restocking, saving challenges, and products that were out of stock. That way we could pack orders. So now let's get to the order packing. We were doing a $25 binder sale, which worked out great for me because a lot of the colors of the binders that I won't be carrying in my store anymore were gone. So a lot of purple, a lot of those colors are sold out. I literally only have pink Avas left and a few pale oak, which is the beige, and a few other green. I think I only have one mint, one lavender, and pale oak, so that was perfect. Now we're waiting for new binders to arrive. Everything pink. Let's do it.
Look on the floor, y'all. We're still picking orders. We're not done. We still have around 20 something more to go. So that's what's going on this morning in the lab. That's what we're cooking up. So last night we started to pull orders and then we left the rest for right now in the morning. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be packing the orders, but first, before we start packing, we have more pulling to do. So we're going to finish up the pulling that we didn't finish last night, and then we're going to get straight to the packing, and then we'll start working on orders that has custom envelopes. So sit tight for the ride and let's get to work.
Are you guys loving the ambiance? Because I am. It's a pink wall, the pink computer, the pink for me, and then I have these rainbow lights going on behind my computer. Oh my gosh, I love sitting by my computer. I love it so much. After doing a restock yesterday, we realized that there were still a few items that we needed that we didn't realize we needed. So here we are, just getting those done really quickly. That way we can continue with our order packing, or let me say that way we can start our order packing because we're yet to start. By the way, it's currently 1 a.m. and I'm doing this voiceover. It's so quiet and peaceful in my house, and you guys know how much I have to take that opportunity whenever it gets super quiet in here, because between my daughter and my boyfriend, no content can be created, I promise. So at these times, if I wake up, I'll just try to get the voiceovers, the ASMR short videos out the way before they wake up. All right, y'all. 4 years later, we have finally gotten to the order packing. Oh my gosh, 4 years. Oh, so dramatic. Anyways, so here I am. I've already laid out all the orders, as y'all can see, and I'm just getting to the packing of things. I like to do the small orders first because it's just, that's my little processy. Just do the smaller ones, and then I go up to the medium-sized ones, and then I go to the large ones, and that's how I do it. In this case, I have the packing slips printed out already for each customer. So I just, grab the stuff that they order, put the items on top of their packing slips. That way, when I'm packing, I can just, write their names down or their order numbers down on the packages, and then I'll put the shipping labels on all the orders at the same time. I don't know, this just works better for me. Maybe you do it differently with your business, but guess what? This is my business, and this is how I do it. There is a lot of saving challenges this time around being going out to customers because we did have a buy one get one free saving challenges. So that's why you guys are seeing so many saving challenges. They definitely made use of that discount because all them orders, it was a long list of saving challenges. So we printed and we cut and we rounded corners and we prepared, and now we're packing, honey. Now we're packing. How has my small business changed my life? Well, it has changed my life in multiple different ways. I could begin there. To tell you guys the truth, I low key have dropped something that I was doing before. Because at first I was doing makeup full time, I was doing lashes full time, and I was doing my Baddies in the Bag website part time. And then things turned around and it just took off. And now I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm in a better place than I was. And I'm very grateful for that. I see the business growing. I see my business getting a lot of attention. I see, my content and everything. People are loving it. So we have definitely grown a lot. We've grown a lot over the past year. And so I ended up drop the makeup. So I don't really do makeup anymore unless it's like a group or weddings, then I'll do it, but taking individual clients, I've dropped that because now Baddies in the Bag is requiring a lot more from me, like creating my videos, creating my smaller, shorter content form videos, selling my products, packing my orders. Everything has now gotten 4 or 5 times the work. So now I have invested a lot more time into Baddies in the Bag. And this is what I really wanted to do from I was younger. You know how some people are career driven? I was always entrepreneur driven. Like I've always wanted to have my own business, run my company, be my own boss. That's always been me. Yes, I went to college, but I went to college for business, not so I can go into a career, just so I can, put whatever I've learned into my business and build my business and create generational wealth for my family. That's why I went to college. So now I've seen everything go into, what would you say, like fruition? Everything is now happening and I'm just like, I'm wowed. I'm like, what I'm shocked. I'm so shocked. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is happening. So I'm still learning every day, learning from mistakes, learning how to be better, being inspired, learning all type of stuff. I'm always doing researches, how to do my videos better, how to do this better, how to do that better. And everything is going well so far, and it will continue to go well because I manifested this and I will continue to manifest it. The words that come out your mouth is very important. Your thoughts are very important. It's very powerful. Manifest the things that you want in your life and it will happen. The funny thing about this whole thing is that this was never planned. Let me tell you guys how I got into this. But before I do this, I know that I'm going to have to know it all in the comments telling me this, that about banks and you're wasting your time and you're missing out on interest and whatever. But hear me out, okay? Remember, I'm from the Caribbean, guys. I'm very much Jamaican. And in Jamaica, yes, we have credit cards. Yes, we have debit cards, but it's not a huge thing like it is here. A lot of people are still getting paid in check, and the most efficient or the number one payment method in Jamaica is cash. So I've been used to this cash thing. You get what I mean? Like saving my money in cash, doing that in cash. I've been used to that, but I never really knew what cash stuffing was until I saw this video on YouTube. And I watched the video and I was like, interesting. What is this? This looks like something I could get into, you know? So then I went down the rabbit hole, started watching a lot more videos, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start doing this. I went on Amazon, ordered me my little pink box. I still have that lockbox today. That little pink lockbox y'all see me with. I ordered me some little $9 binders off of Amazon, the little zipper wallets, not the wallets, the zipper envelopes, and I got started. Some of y'all might remember this if you go on my channel and go to my very first video. That was the very first time I'm starting cash stuffing. I decided to record it because I've always been a YouTube girly. So I already have my camera, I already know how to work these things. So I just say, you know what, let me make my channel. And I'm a real baddie. So let's call it Baddies and the Bag, honey, because I love me a bag. When I started, I never, like you go buy your saving challenges from a store or something. Mind you, I'm just starting. I didn't even know that there were stores that sell these things. I'm thinking, okay, maybe Amazon. So I searched it up on Amazon, found it, bought the little books, and I just got to the creating. I just started creating my the stuff myself because I've always been a creative. I love to do stuff myself. I love DIY. So I started to DIY my own stuff. The plan was to never go viral or start a website. That was never a thought. I was just let me just record my process, see where I could take this YouTube thing. That was what I was thinking. So then I started to create my own stuff, create the saving challenges, set up my binders, got into the thing. Because I know me, I'm very much a creative. I've always been like this my whole entire life. So I started creating the stuff and put it together, and then I started to record my videos. Then I realized that people were loving the look of my stuff. And people started to comment and they were like, oh my gosh, where did you get this from? This is so cute. Do you know where I could buy this? And I was just like, wait a minute, you want to buy my creation? You're telling me that you love this. This is very, very cute in your eyes. Because I ain't gonna lie, I be thinking some stuff that I be doing is only cute to me. I don't know if it's cute to other people. So when I realized that people were starting to love it and they were starting to try to buy it, I was like, oh sure, why not? So that's when I started to take payments. They'll sell me or cash at me and I'll create the thing and I'll send it out to them. Mind you, I was in my bedroom in the corner on this little $30 Target desk that I bought to do this on. And we was in a 1-bedroom apartment at this time, my boyfriend and I and my baby. I just had my baby. She was a couple months old, probably 9-10 months or so. And whenever she goes down to sleep, I'll get her on my desk and I'll record. Sometimes I'm recording and my boyfriend and my baby sleep. It's late in the night because, peace and quiet, like I said. Then the orders started to come in a little bit more. So I had to figure out a way how to, kind of get this under control. So that's when I headed over to Etsy because I realized that other shops were doing Etsy, and that's when I really found out about other shops. I'm like, hold on, there is a whole community of shops. People sell budgeting supplies for cash stuffing. That's the exact same voice that went into my head at that moment, by the way. But then I went over to Etsy. I'm a jack of all trades, guys. I've tried multiple businesses before. I've always been a hustler. Like I said, I love entrepreneurship. So I've always been selling stuff. I was very already familiar with Shopify and all that already because I've had a Shopify store before. I've had multiple Shopify stores, actually. I was selling jewelry at one point. One point I was selling purses. One point I was selling t-shirts. Listen, your girl done been there, done that, okay? So I was already familiar with Shopify, but it wasn't as big yet because Shopify has a monthly fee of $40. So in my head, I'm like, I don't think I can afford that yet because, I just had my baby, was on maternity leave. I wasn't really making money like that. I was hustling though. I was doing makeup and all that, but the money was a little tight. So I went to Etsy and I probably spent like a month on Etsy because Etsy is not all that customizable for me and I love to have my own look. I don't know how to explain it, but after a month and everything started to pick up and the traction started coming on YouTube and the subscribers started to just grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna have to take this to Shopify. And that's when I made my Shopify, and I started off with the basic $5 plan that they have. It's not all that customizable. You can't really customize your page, but sales were coming in and that was enough. So I started off with the $5 plan on Shopify, and yeah. I started to gain subscribers like crazy. And then I realized that I was getting a lot of views. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. What is going on? I was in shock. And then people were commenting, oh my God, I love your personality. Oh my gosh, your voice is so soothing. Mind you, my voice was really low at that time and like really soft because I was in my bedroom in the corner and my boyfriend and my baby was asleep. And people were just thinking like I was doing that on purpose. No, guys, I was doing that to not wake them up. Isn't that ironic? And I was just like, oh my gosh, people love me. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I am a Capricorn, okay? If you know, you know. Capricorns are loners. Like, I do not really... Okay, I am funny sometimes, goofy sometimes, but I love to be by myself, if you know what I mean. I've never been in a girl group. I've never been that type of girl. I'm just like, I don't think people understand me, like, I don't know how to explain it, guys. So people was loving me, loving my little personality. I was like, oh, okay, so y'all feeling me, huh? And I started to do giveaways, started to get more acquainted with the budgeting community, and then started to grow. I made a TikTok account. I started to grow the TikTok account as well. So at this point, I was starting to make a little bit more money. Like, I remember when I made my first, was $900 the day. One day when I sold some binders that I ordered off of Temu and put them together, and they were so cute. and I made $900 that day. And I was like, excuse me? I could make $900 in a day. I mean, I did that with makeup, but that's only once or twice when I get a wedding or something. But I was able to do this in my bedroom with little to no effort, really. Think about it. Little to no effort. And I was like, hold on, wait 1 minute. I know I ain't tripping. I just made $900. Are you kidding? People love me. People loving the videos. People loving my aesthetic, pink everything. I'm making bank. I could take care of my family better. What? I was like, God is blessing me like he always does. My boyfriend was my carrier. Like, he'll drop my packages off at the post office. And so, he's still my carrier today. I ain't even gonna lie. But then he started to realize too that he was going to the post office a lot more, and more packages was, each time he was going, it was a bigger bag. And he was like, babe, what's going on? Like, what did you, what? He was so confused. But my boyfriend already done have it with me because we've been together for 9 years, y'all. And like I said, I'm a jack of all trades. So just imagine how many different projects I've taken him on. So every time I start something new, he don't pay me no mind, y'all. He know that's how I am. And then I get bored of that and I go to the next thing and I get bored of that. So he already know that that's how I was. So he wasn't paying me no mind. Like, he wasn't thinking, this better take off or nothing. He was just like, okay, here she go again on another adventure. I just signed up with an adventurer. So I guess this is my life now. That's what I'm assuming he was thinking. But things started to go way better. More orders started coming in, And then the more I would sell my products, make my profit, I'll just invest it back into my business. And, I'll buy new stuff, buy bigger this, buy a better printer, buy better this, buy better that. How to make what I'm doing better, how to upgrade what I'm doing. I just keep doing that, adding new stuff to the website, finding suppliers and doing all that. And here I am today. And I can tell you guys that it's going well. It's going well to the point where I feel like I can also drop lashes. I was thinking about it. So now I don't take no new clients for lashes. I told my boyfriend, look, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my all into my business because I know I can do it and I will do it. I will be successful or more successful because I am already successful. Always tell yourself that. So I think I'm just going to just drop everything else and just put 100% into Betty's in the Bag. But then I'm thinking about it because I love multiple streams of income, So it's like, I don't know. But it's like if I know if I put more time into this, I know that I can take it to another level. You understand what I mean? So some of the times, I would prefer to post a YouTube video every other day. And, sometimes I'm delayed with my social media content for days because I have other things going on. I'm doing lashes. I'm taking care of my clients. You know what I mean? So I feel like if I put 100% into this, it will go to the other level. But at the same time, I feel like I love me multiple sources of income. So it's like, oh, what do I do? I still haven't made up my mind as yet, but I've definitely started to put more of my time into Betty's in the Bag, and it's going great. So the moral of the story is start. Whatever it is that you want to do, get started. Don't sit here and tell people, oh, I always wanted to do this. No, do it. Tell them about what happened after you did it. That's better. That's how I look at life. I'm very much a risk taker. I am a risk taker. I am not going to sit here and be like, I want to do this, but I don't know if I should. No, I'm not that girl. Once that thought comes to me, I'm getting it done. And then I'll tell you about it and what happened after I did it. I'm not the one that's going to tell you I want to do it. I'm the one that's going to tell you what happened when I did it. Like that's how I am. I take a lot of risks. And I love that for myself because even if things don't play out right, it's a lesson that was learned from it. So yeah, that's how I look at life. But you guys need to start something for yourself. The way the world is running today, oh honey ho, honey ho. I have watched so many people retire at old ages and still suffering. I just don't want to be in that predicament. So I'm just going to push and fight and, like do my best in what I do because I'm going to make it and I don't want my family to suffer and I'm going to not make them suffer. So whatever you want to start, just start it, girl. Like even if it don't work out, it's okay. It's a lesson learned. Just like I told y'all, I've started multiple Shopify stores before. Didn't work out, but hey, look, because I've had that experience from those stores, I was able to just jump into it now and running my baddies in the bag. And look how this is going. You see what I'm trying to say? Just look at things with a positive light and don't forget to manifest the things that you want. Be careful with the words that come out your mouth. The tongue is very powerful. So whatever you say or however you speak over your life is what's going to happen. Just think about it like that. So talk about stuff like you're already there. Manifest it. Speak it into existence. Be delusional. Okay? Because ain't nobody can't tell me nothing right now. I am Betty's in the bag. Successful big boss. What you talking about? Yeah. Talk it into existence and be delusional. Thank y'all so much for watching the video. I hope I was able to inspire you. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.